to get set up here, I'll take them. But just right now, I'm not going to take what I was doing. It's certainly not the way to do it no more.
No, and
not at all.
Your way of doing, like, if you would have watched the show, Shameless, and you saw the dude doing that, you might have thought, I'm going to do that too, and maybe I just won't shoot it anymore. Maybe I'll just snort it in the morning, and then take a couple pills later. But you know where that's going to land you, and that's not the high you were looking for. That's not the escape you were going for, And same thing with me and drinking, I'll have 2 drinks right now, and then in 2 hours I'll have 2 more. Man, wait, where's that? I gotta hit that button.
Man.
Yeah, that's not what I was going for,
It can't work out like that.
And it won't, and it doesn't. It can't, and if you're having a problem and you're thinking, well, no, I had this figured out. You can try it. It's not going to work. And if you want, you can give Chris Goss and I $500. And we'll pay you $500 if it works, but it's not going to. So we'll send you we'll tell you where to send the check to, but you probably won't have it for a few years because you're going to be broke.
Right. I do take IOUs in installments.
Yeah. How old's your daughter again? That's what you got to say. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Man.
But yeah, Chris, thanks for joining me on the show tonight. I gotta cut some Z's, man.
Perfect. Sure me too.
Getting up in the morning, but let Tyrone know. I'll give you guys a full report in the morning. I'll be 100% honest with you. And if I'm feeling worse than right now, I will tell you. If I'm feeling better, I will at least give you the report, honest, straight up, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, as the most you can be is honest. And check this out. I hope you guys learned something tonight because I did. Yes. But Corey, if anybody has any questions about themselves, for anybody else, about what they think they might be doing wrong or somebody else might be doing wrong, how can you check that out?
Sorry, Chris, I was coughing.
Okay, you trying to leave that up to me? No, that's your job. But yeah, how can we check that out if anybody has any questions about recovery process, recovery centers, sober houses, any of these questions that could be answered? How are we going to get those?
Well, Chris, I'm glad you brought that up. Head on over to the handy-dandy website, 217recovery.com. There, you'll see resources. Click on that page where you'll find sober living. You'll find local resources and something else. Our friends, I think.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on that website. We've checked it out. We've put it on there, and there's stuff to put on there, and it's gonna give you information about what you can figure out for somebody or yourself. And how can you look that up? As far as what platforms does it say? It says what's on there, but how can people hear our show?
Well, you can go to 217recovery.com and listen there under the podcast tab. You got 3 shows. This is the 217 Recovery podcast. You can listen to Project Mission and Broken and Beautiful. But Broken and Beautiful with Anna, bless her heart, love her, she will tell you to go to 217.com, which is a Chinese porn site. So please don't go there. You're going to get a virus on your computer. Get the COVID-20.
Don't want those. Oh, the next one?
Yeah, the COVID-69.
Coming to you in 2 years, right? Coming to you shortly in two short years.
Yeah, so be careful. And then go to the right website, 217recovery.com. And you can listen on the iHeartRadio app. Now, that app takes a few minutes to upload the new show. Like when we get done with this one, I'll post it. It'll pretty much be on our website immediately. It'll be on Spotify pretty much immediately. Castbox is how my sister listens.
Well, hi, sis.
There's Deezer. There's Podcast Addict. There's Google Podcast. Pandora keeps telling me, well, you're on there, but we don't know why it's not going on. We'll get back to you. So whatever, Pandora.
Oh, okay.
Rinky-dink operation they got going on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm just saying, iHeartRadio works. That works just fine. Apple Podcast. If you have Alexa, you can just say, hey, Alexa, play the 217 Recovery Podcast.
I've heard you do that before.
And she's like, okay. And she'll start playing it. So
that's excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you go, hey, Siri, pull up the 217 Recovery Podcast. And you were there, Chris, with me when I said, give me a fun podcast about recovery. And it pulled us up.
What popped up? Right, immediately. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There was no beating around the bush saying, what kind of humorous podcast would you like? None of that. It went right to us.
Yeah, and that was
I heard the role. I heard everything in the beginning. I heard it. And I heard Tyrone, which makes me smile.
Yeah. And then I tried it the other day on the air, and it didn't. It pulled up some other dudes who was not entertaining, not humorous. And I'm like, I swear it worked. I swear, ask Chris. Chris was there in the car with me. It worked.
I was there. Confirmed. That's a Texas size 10-4 right there.
Yeah, thank you. I knew you'd have my back because you were there, you know. But
yeah, I was there.
So many ways to listen. Share us with your friends, though. And yeah, we spent the first 38 minutes talking about feces or whatever. But look
Corey's
deeper.
feces, not mine.
Yeah, look. No, I don't know whose, but whoever's I ate. But look deeper into that.
Oh, yeah.
And the conversations that Chris and I are having, the fun that we're having, and the stuff that we're saying. And my mom, I'm going to get a nasty message from her tonight about that never happened. And this and that.
I'll probably get one, too.
You know,
her trying to save face. I don't know what he's talking about, but I can tell you he didn't say anything. That never happened. Nobody put anything in their butt.
He must be sick. He's always been sick in the head.
Yeah, right. I've heard that one before.
No, I love my mom, man. She's great. And actually, Chris, I'll share this moment with you before I get off the podcast. But there was some incidents, and a lot of people in my situation, maybe in your situation too, Chris, when we're in active addiction, we kind of laugh when people say credit score. We're like, credit score? Yeah. Drug dealer don't care. Liquor store don't care. I don't care. But apparently apartments do. And the way I left my last apartment in Buchanan, Michigan, was I got pulled over, arrested. Well, I wasn't really pulled over. I was in my driveway. And anyway, that's another story for another time. But anyway, so I'll go to jail, this and that. And then I get sentenced. He said, you need to go to a long-term facility. And my options were, A, go to one that was 9 months. And I'm like, oh, my God, no. Like, I could barely make it a month at one place. You know, like 2 weeks is a long time. But that's what they said I had to do. That's what I had to do. And so it kind of saved my life. And then I went to a place that was only 90 days. And, you know, fortunately, I only had to stay 60. And then was offered to go to a sober living house. And at that point, before that even happened, I knew I was going to sober living because I had heard, 78%, make it if you can stay to the first year. So if you can stay in sober living for at least 90 days, you got a really good chance at going a year. And I needed that. So I told my mom, hey, let's just get rid of this apartment, call them, tell them, it's a medical thing. And because the doctor told me if I drink again, I will die. Just a matter of which time. And so it was a life or death situation. So I kind of left there. But anyway, long story short, this thing popped up and I'm like, and I just got my taxes back.
Happens.
So, I'm like,
that happens.
I'm going to put this there and this there. And I reached out to somebody and it was actually a pretty good offer because you know how Trump's, bless his heart, said we were going to get the 1,200 or whatever. So I approached this person with, I got an investment for you. How would you like to invest $1,200 in my living situation right now? And when that money comes in, I will reward you and give you a payoff of $1,250. So really easy way to make $50,
Good grief.
So, I mean, some people would have been like, oh, that's a long way. But no, it was an investment.
That's a lot easier way than Dustin made $50, I'll tell you that much.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, I just saw him, so I had to say it.
Yeah. Because he didn't make no $50.
No, he
Man,
in nickels.
But when this person did that, and at first, I thought, oh, that was pretty creative way to ask, for a little help. I got really emotional, Chris, and I was just sitting on the side of the bed, and my girlfriend was here with me, and tears just started rolling down my face, and it just went back, and I'm starting to kind of tear up now, and just to think about where I was a year ago. I was at Mr. DeBeck's house on a very uncomfortable bed with a bunch of guys that I really didn't care for, and I didn't know what was next, Chris. And that was just a year ago, and it might seem like 10 years ago, but man, the way things have come along for me, and the way that somebody would even trust me again, and without even thinking about it, it feels good, man. It really does. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, and when I'm, tearing up, it's a happy joy. Like, I'm so glad I made it out of that hell, man. Like,
right.
I'm just happy. I don't even know how to even explain it.
Like I say, cool a lot.
Yeah.
Walked in, they got Tyrone here in the room. man, that's cool. That's stuff that gets you. I would say something else that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. That's cool stuff. It's like listening to a good inspirational speech and then going for a 4-mile walk on your 40th birthday.
Yeah. It's one of those things,
or
man.
Not.
No, hold on, my cat's standing. No, kitty.
Meow.
She wants to be on the podcast. No, kitty. But yeah, it's just proof that good things do happen, and they will happen. And will they happen to everybody the same that they happen to me or to you? No, absolutely not. But when you can stop and just think, man, where was I a year ago? And for this to happen, just so, yes, like, yeah, I'll help you. It wasn't. I don't know. It was
no qualms, no questions.
No. It makes me, it's choking me up right now to even think about it or talk about it again, because
choking.
it's not that no, I am proud of who I am today, and I'm proud that I'm in recovery. And I wasn't a bad person before. Now when I drank it, nobody wanted to be around me, and I was not probably a good person. But it was a long, hard road. You've had the same kind of thing, but you'll know what I'm talking about when that moment will hit you, Chris, and you'll just start crying happy tears for no reason, and you just be like, oh my God, like, Corey was right again. Damn.
Oh, come on. Well, like you were saying, proud moments. I'm proud to call you a friend.
Oh, thanks, Chris. That means a lot, man. It really does. And
sure,
you and the guys, when you guys talk highly of me, it really does. It means a lot. It means that I'm doing something right. And am I doing the things that I'm doing, looking over my shoulder, wondering if you guys think I'm doing it right? No. But
no.
It feels good when you guys say that, hey, Corey, you're doing good, and we appreciate you, and we give you props at meetings. That means a lot. It really does. So thank you for that, and thank Tyrone as well.
Right on, brother. You know it. You'll get more of them all the time. I think people roll their eyes at it.
All right. Well, my tip for the podcast and my shout out is don't eat poop and wash your broccoli, and we'll let you know how this sickness thing goes. I'm already feeling better from the medicine, so clearly it wasn't COVID.
It wasn't poop. COVID, right.
Yeah. But I'll hit you up in the morning and give you a report. But, Chris, thanks for coming on tonight. And
hey, no problem. Thanks for having me. Feel safe, stay safe. Thanks for coming out tonight, guys. But thanks for having me on the phone tonight, Corey.
No problem, man. We'll talk to you again.
All right, brother. Stay safe.
Do it.